Alright, Cool Breeze here again. I'm just going to do a real quick boil test on my my solo cook set. Obviously I only use this solo cook set for boiling water because I freezer bag cook most of my trips. I'm going to go through and show a couple of different setups in the next couple of videos, but this is my solo kit. It's I've got a video out about it. Nothing's really changed in it. It includes kind of what you see here, the pot, the stove. I've got an actual and bought heat reflector on the bottom, but I don't normally take that. I've got it right here. I normally take one single sheet of aluminum foil. It's a little bit lighter, and I haven't had any issues with using just that. So I just fold it up in a square. It unfolds obviously, and then I have my cook towel, my little piece of cook towel. It's kind of thick. It's one of the older wash towels that I've had for probably 20 years. I just cut a piece out of it because it's thicker, and I like to use it as a pot grabber. The other thing that's in my cook kit is the little mini Bic lighter and a Lawson outdoor equipment little 1 ounce pour cup, because I measure my alcohol exactly. For this burn test, I'm going to be using the heat. I got it from Walmart. I pretty much use just heat because it's just the easiest one for me to get. I can just drive up to the local Walmart and get it, and I've never had any issues, so that's what I use. Here we go. I've got I don't know how well you can see this, but this is 3/4 of an ounce of alcohol. I'm going to pour it in the stove. It's already pre-measured out, and then I'm going to light it. I'll let it bloom, and what bloom is that's where the stove heats up enough to put out the through the jets on the outside. And there it's bloomed, so give it a little extra second. Set this on here, hit the timer. You can see the timer's going. The temperature warmed up just a little. It's going to start at 61 degrees Fahrenheit. It's already up to 63, 64. I'll straighten this out a little bit and adjust the windscreen. This is a carbon felt windscreen from Tinny at Minibull Designs at minibulldesigns.com. That's the same one I've been using. The stove, it came with the stove. The stove's I've sort of shown this several times before. I got several videos on it. The stove is a Minibull Designs Elite stove from Tinny. I did get the stove at no charge from Tinny, but I'm under no obligation to do any of these reviews. I just really like this stove. This right now is my absolute favorite stove for my solo cooking. And like I said, I mainly freezer bag cook. I've got a video on it. It's my video is rather old, and I need to kind of update it, because I do things a little differently now. You know, as you gain experience, you do things differently. And in my next video, I'm probably going to do a burn test or a boil test on my 1.3 liter Evernew ultralight pot. And I'm going to use 2 different stoves, so I'm going to do 2 different videos. And the first stove will be the probably the same stove, the Elite, and then I'll probably do one with the cat can stove. the 3-ounce cat can stove, and just see what the difference in the boiling times are. The difference between, you may be asking, like, why do I have these different pots? I mean, I have all kinds of different cooking setups just because I'm trying them out. And this is pretty much my solo setup right here. Like, if I go by myself and I'm freezer bag cooking, this is what I take. I'll show you if I'm going with a family member and I'm going to boil water, or you know, if anyone else is going with me and we're going to share a pot, and especially if I'm going to cook in it and not just boil water, I take this 1.3 liter Evernew. If I'm solo and I'm cooking, I have a 0.9 liter Evernew, and it's the non-stick. That's the one I take if I'm solo and I'm actually going to cook in the pot. So it just kind of makes it more versatile. If I'm actually cooking and not just boiling water, I just want to say my preference, and it's just me, but my preference is I don't take an alcohol stove. I will take a you know, an actual like isobutane stove, and the one I usually take is the Soto stove. I believe it's called the OD1R. It's something like that, but it weighs 2.5 ounces, just the stove itself, and it has a self-ignition on it, and it has you know, of course the isobutane, you know, a 4-ounce canister that weighs it's 4 ounces of fuel that weighs about, I believe, 7 ounces, maybe 7.1 full. It lasts me like probably 7 days of hiking if I'm solo. So it's well worth the effort. And the only difference, the reason I take that instead of an alcohol stove, is because it allows me to adjust the heat output on it. And so if you're cooking, it can be a little more, I mean, don't get me wrong, you can cook on an alcohol stove, especially if you have the experience. You can do it. It's just an added benefit to me that's worth a little extra weight when you're actually cooking, to use that stove, because again, you can adjust the heat output on it. So I hope that helps you. Right now we're at 192 degrees and we're at 4 minutes and 45 seconds. We're fixing to boil here pretty quickly, I believe. Make sure my thermostat's in there decently. This is just a cheap thermostat or thermometer, whatever it is, thermometer, cooking thermometer that I picked up at Target. I want to say I paid like $15 for it, and I'm just using it just for these tests. It's kind of all over the place right now. It went up to almost boiling and then dropped back down to 200. That's kind of weird. I don't know if that's the thermometer, or maybe the way it was placed, or what happened, or if it's a malfunction with the thermometer. But right now we're at 207 degrees at 5 minutes 46 seconds. But I do have a lot of different cook setups just because I enjoy tinkering with this stuff. Soon I'm going to do another. I've modified my fruit stove, and I'm going to do an updated video on that. I've made some modifications, and we boiled at 613. 613 was when it went off. So that's not a bad time for an alcohol stove. I'm going to enjoy some tea with this water I just boiled, and here in just a little bit after that I will do another video on the 1.3 liter Evernew and some of the boil times with it. So stay tuned, and that'll be next. Appreciate you watching, and if you have any questions, comment. Thanks.